This year you have to have a shuttle to Lake Moraine and to Lake Louise. We didn't know that. We initially thought it was just Lake Moraine, but we were able, I'm sorry, Moraine Lake. I know, I pulled a gem.
Reservations we made for Yoho in the parking lot in Dallas. Well, yeah, we're not using those after all of that. We had to move sites from Trailer Court to Tunnel Mountain 1, and we spent last night dry camping, and usually that's not a problem in Canada, but they've had unusually hot weather, and with the dogs, we just can't dry camp. So
we played refresh, 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 try again, try again, try again on Barks Canada website. And we scored a spot over at Lake Louise that has power. And that's really all we need. We need to be able to run the air conditioning, particularly for the dogs. It doesn't bother us as badly as it bothers them. And what a score that was. So we technically get to stay in the Banff area another 2 nights, and we get to be over at Lake Louise. We have never camped on that side of the park before. So fun pivot. Yay for us.
I've had a terrible allergy attack for the last 2 days.
2 days.
Well, how long has it been?
11 days.
Oh, 11 since we've been in Canada.
Yeah.
So I'm originally from part of the states that is named after pines: Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Pine Bluff, Whispering Pines.
All the pines.
And I almost did not get out of my childhood because of it. Well, the environment is the exact same here, and it kills me.
We've done the Allegra, the Claritin, the Zyrtec. We busted out the Benadryl. It's a little better, but it's still not touching those allergies. Doesn't keep us from coming. Keep this way, more this way.
Power quicken recently?
Well, that's a good question.
This year you have to have a shuttle to Lake Moraine and to Lake Louise. We didn't know that. We initially thought it was just Lake Moraine, but we were able, I'm sorry, Moraine Lake. I know, I pulled a gem. We were able to get a shuttle today for, I think it's called last minute, last chance, something of that nature tickets. They release more tickets 48 hours before the day you want to go. So if you're a week out and it looks sold out, try again 48 hours before the day you want to go, and you'll probably be able to get in. Deja vu.
Right?
Same spot, new day.
Even on a Monday.
Even on a Monday, way out in Lot 4 on what we've affectionately renamed the Park Hike and Ride.
That's right.
So we parked, let's hike.
Let's hike. Seated in a restaurant, antisocial, I guess. And we were seated by the outdoor patio door. Every time the waiter comes and goes, everything on the table gets
game.
Canoes, the red canoes, and the line was extremely long. So we bailed from that, started to walk around the lake, and then ducked in here. Thank goodness we did. Could you imagine being on the water with this wind?
I can totally imagine us out there in this wind in a canoe. Absolutely. Call the restaurant Antisocial.
I don't know.
It's if we were to name this disorder, it'd be called the gym disorder.
Indeed. That's what my brain registers.
The weather seems to have cleared up for now, so we are going to do the trail that goes around the lake. There's also a trail up to the tea house. We're not shaped for that one. That's a really steep incline hike. So let's take you around the lake. This is a really easy walk. It's not even a hike.
Yep.
I did it with flip-flops. You're actually fine. But it's beautiful. And the further you get away from the resort, the crowds thin out a little. And now you've got a different view looking back at the resort. So both ways are gorgeous.
We're at Lake Louise in the rain, chilly, and we're on our phones, trying to reroute, getting away from 100-degree weather.
We were supposed to go from Revelstoke over to Kamloops. And in Kamloops, we're only going to have 30 amp, which is very common in Canada. And 30 amp does not keep our air conditioning up with extreme heat. It's fine on a warm day, but if we're going to be looking at high 90s to 100 degrees, it's just not doable. The dogs absolutely can't tolerate that, and it would be hard for even us. It is the height of vacation season here, just like it is everywhere. So spaces are far and few in between, but we're working on it. I'm trying to text our girls to Google something for me and then text me back the answer because I can't get any browsers to open, but I also can't get my text to go through.
To find internet service because this is just frustrating.
When we have a really rainy day, heavy rains, I did get out the hairdryer because we have 50 amp here and blow dry the dogs, but we just lay out rugs and towels everywhere. So we probably will bag that up when it dries up, put it in the truck till we find a laundromat because we don't want it to get smelly. An occasional rainy day is nice, whether you're at home or on the road. Rainy days with dogs is a hassle, whether you're at home or on the road. And this is a small space, so we have to kind of try to keep them dry. We do use some doggy cologne on days like this because it's a tight area, and who likes to surround the smell of wet dogs? This day is a bit of a washout for us. It's just so odd because we're chilly. We had to turn on the heat. We both kind of couldn't get warm enough, and yet we have moved our reservations and changed our itinerary because we are 3 short days away from 100-degree temperatures. So more to come on that later. One of the things we miss when we're out on the road for several months at a time is we miss hanging out with our family and friends. We miss going out to dinner with friends, which we like to do a lot when we're back home. But so far every year, we find a chance to do it on the road. This evening, amazing thing happened. We had a family approach us while we were doing laundry in a laundromat, and they recognized us from our videos, which has never happened before, will probably never happen again. So we're all getting together, and we're really looking forward to that. If you ever run into us on the road, yes, please do say hi. We don't bite. We like people. We like to meet new people. Feel free to always stop by and say hi to us. And the family we got to meet in the laundromat was Dee, Ryder, Greg, and Grayson, and they all live in Utah. So the next time we're in Utah, we now have someone to go visit, and they have a reason to come out to North Carolina and visit.
Yep. Yep.
It has literally been a washout.
But it ended up being a good day.
It did. It turned out to be a great day. What a great evening. We really appreciate Greg and Dean for coming up in the laundromat and saying hello. It took us off guard, but we really appreciate it, and we're grateful to them. Thank you for dinner. Thanks for buying our dinner. And but what a great evening.
As RVers, I think we all have a tendency, if we're reading reviews and it says, oh, it's basically just a parking lot, to avoid those types of campgrounds until the weather gets bad. And then you wish you were on a paved parking lot. A good outdoor rug is a necessity at most campsites. You're not always allowed to use them. It's very helpful until the weather goes bad. It was a happy accident. We got to spend 2 more days in the Banff area. Coming over to the Lake Louise side, we didn't get to go stay in Yoho because of the weather, but this made it very convenient to go see Lake Louise. We got to meet up with some new friends. That is always a fun thing. It's always good to see some young people that are doing well and functioning well and have great little personalities. They're going to be great additions to society, we have no doubt. It's been a nice break. The weather has been cold and rainy the last 24 hours, and yet we're trying to navigate around 100-degree temperatures coming up. It's all a little disorienting, but with views like this, we find ourselves pretty tolerant of everything that goes on. So let's head on out to Revelstoke, and as always, we're going to take you along.
This is much scarier than I anticipated. If you do not like heights, do not come here. I'm fine with heights, but this is a terrible feeling.